G'day YouTube, Down to Bricks here. Well, how excited are you for the Avengers Infinity Wars movie? I am jumping out of my skin for it, so much so that I had to go and buy the entire LEGO wave of Avengers Infinity Wars sets. So in today's video, I'll be giving you a quick overview and my thoughts on each of the sets, and then we're going to come back and wrap the whole video up with my thoughts on the entire wave. So before Thanos wipes out half the universe, please give the video a thumbs up, but let's start with the smallest set. So here is set 76101 Outrider Dropship Attack. One thing I'd like to mention is stickers. I only used a few stickers on some of the sets here, and I'll point that out as I go through each set, but I didn't put any stickers on this set. I've got to say, for the money, I think this is a pretty good little set. Now we do get the dropship, and we can open that right up like so. There's our Infinity Stone inside. It does have seating for 2 of the Outriders inside, so pretty neat little build, but it's really about the minifigs for this build. So we have an Outrider here, and I've got to say they do look very nice. Some fantastic printing on these Outriders. Great neck piece here which attaches all of the arms on, and we do get 2 new minifigs, so all new minifigs in this set. We do get the new Black Widow, some very nice printing on her as well, and of course we do get the new Captain America. On to our next set, set 76102, Thor's Weapon Quest, has 223 pieces and 3 minifigs. We do get 2 new minifigs in this set, one being Teen Groot. He does look very cool. And Thor is the other new minifig with his new weapon and no eye patch. And we also get Rocket as well. So cool minifigs. We do get this little build as well, with Thor crafting his new weapon. We can spin this piece here. We do get lots of these blast effects in all of these Infinity Wars sets. There's our Infinity Stone there, and you can slide this piece back and forth. But the main build is the little pod. So having a look at this, we get a couple of stud shooters on top there. I didn't put any of the stickers that were to go on the sides there. Now we can pop this hatch down. You can sit a minifig in there and flip it around to the back. We can pull this one up, and again you can put a minifig inside, so plenty of room. You can actually put another minifig up on there as well, so you can fit 3 minifigs in there. Now on the back here we have these axle pieces and pins, and that is to fit it onto the back of the Ravages ship, or the Milano. I'll just call it the Milano, and then we all know what we're talking about, but we'll have a look how this fits on when we get to that set. Next up is set 76103, Corvus Glaive Thresher Attack, has 416 pieces, making it the 3rd largest set of the wave. Has 5 minifigs, 3 of them are new minifigs, so we do get the new Outrider from this wave. We do get Corvus himself, and he has some very nice printing with a nice bladed weapon, and we do get Shuri as well. So new minifig here. She comes with her gauntlet, and her gauntlets I should say, and this very cool hairpiece. Have a look at that. Some very nice detail in that hairpiece. Of course we get Black Panther as well. He's the same print from the previous Black Panther sets, and we do have Vision. He's hiding back here. And first up, I've got to say, some of the play features in this set are very cool. First up, let's have a look at the Thresher itself, and let's bring that in. We'll wheel that in. So quite simple design, does look pretty good. Lots of plant pieces here to make it look like it's bedded into the ground. We have our Thresher here. The idea with this Thresher is we can hit this target piece on the wall here, but let's put it in and fire it away. We'll put the Outrider here and we'll see if we can give him a blast. And you push down on there and whooshka, off it goes and takes the Outrider with it. So a lot of fun that. With the wall itself, we can display it in several different ways. We can straighten it up like this. We can see we have pins on the side here and a hole on this side, so if you do want to add extra sets to this, you can build onto it. So you can sort of angle it, have it look like that. You can turn it right to the side to have more of a corner look to it. We do get a disc here that you can fire out. Lots of play features here. As I said, a target, and I'll show you what that does in a minute. The thing I like the most about this is this door. I just love how that simple design just works so well. Really do dig that. Now, I did leave these stickers off on this set. So it's supposed to have all the stickers on these windows. Now, I've got to admit, from the box art and from pictures I saw, I wasn't really too interested in this set. I actually thought I would just part it out. But it is a lot better than what I thought. And I think for what LEGO have done with it, they've given us a pretty fair representation of this outpost. So let's have a look at the back here. We can see that is supposed to be computer screens if I had the stickers on there, and you can see this lever here, and that fires off that disc on the front. And here we have vision. We have the rings here as well. Oh, up the top, I forgot about these. We have our turrets up here with our stud shooters, and if you hit that target on the front, it launches this bed here. So let's put vision on there. You can lay him back and then you can launch him like that. Doesn't do too much. And of course there is our Infinity Stone straight out of Vision's forehead. Okay, past the halfway mark and we have set 76104, the Hulkbuster Smash Up. It has 375 pieces and 4 minifigs. So great to get Bruce Banner again. Awesome minifig. Of course we get another Outrider as well. And we do get Proxima Midnight. And some very nice printing on her. Let's get in nice and close so you can have a look. Very cool. And we get Falcon as well. And this is a new Falcon. We do get a brick built wing design here for him, and they are stickers. I did put most of the stickers on this set, so we have stickers there. I do prefer the actual one-piece wing design that we got on our previous Falcon from the Civil War sets, I believe it was, but this is pretty cool. It is different printing on this Falcon, so he does look rather cool. Now we do get this contraption here as well, so you can sit the minifig in top here. Has a few studs there. You can sit a minifig on. We do have a shield, trans shield on the front there. We have a little box on the back, and if we open that up and have a look, there is our Infinity Stone for this set. And of course it does have this ball you can fire off. So let's see if we can blast a Hulkbuster here. Absolutely no effect on the Hulkbuster whatsoever. So let's bring in the Hulkbuster, the main part of this build. You can see I did use a lot of the stickers on this build as well. And he's pretty cool. You've got a bit of articulation with this build. You can, let's move his arm out of the way. So as you can see, you can move his arm, his leg. You can adjust his leg back and forth. He has a little bit of ankle pivot as well, and pretty nice foot design, so you can get a few poses out of him. You can actually, let's just quickly try and angle him out a little bit. One leg back, tip his toes up, And you can get him doing some poses there, and there goes a piece flying off. There goes one of his toes, I believe. Let's see if I can get him to stand. There we are, bit of an action pose. Now it does have a play feature as well, a couple of different play features. You can lift his head up, which is printed of course, and you can open this out, tip that piece out, and there is your pilot. Can go in there, so let's put Banner in there, close him up. He's safe and sound inside. And now we do have, looking on the back, I've got to say from the back, doesn't look great, does it? So that's the one thing about this build I don't really like, the look from the back. Now we do have this handle here, and by pulling that out a little bit, because I actually had it locked in, and that's what that piece is for. So you can put this piece on this round brick here, so it always spins. I'm not a big fan of the play feature really, but you can, you can smack some figs around, you can smash them like so by giving it a good wave around, or you can lock it in place like that and actually have the arm in a fixed position, which I prefer. So on to our second largest set of the wave. It is 76107 Thanos Ultimate Battle, 674 pieces, 4 minifigs. I do have 2 minifigs in the cockpit, so I'll have a look at those shortly. Of course, we have the Ravages ship here, and as I said, I'll just call it the Milano, so we all know what we're talking about. So, Iron Man, fantastic looking Iron Man. Lots of blast effects with this minifig. Great printing. Stickers on these booster pieces on the back, and that's just using one of those neck pieces to connect those booster pieces. Some very nice printing. And Thanos with his blade. So not a lot of printing. Probably could have done with some leg printing on this build, but awesome to get Thanos. And of course we have the Infinity Gauntlet, and I have gone ahead and put all these stones in the gauntlet, and you can remove that with the pin, pull out Thanos's hand and replace it with the gauntlet, and voila, there you have it with all these stones looking very menacing indeed. So let's put his hand on the stand. So we do get a little stand for the gauntlet, but the main thing of course is the ship itself. So great looking build, this one. What I really love about this is the angles achieved. So we get a nice steep angle on the cockpit section. We get a slight angle upwards of the wings. Of course we have all these adjusting flaps as we do in previous Milano sets. Lots of fins to be adjusting. You can tilt these up and down as well, and I've actually just pulled that off, so let's clip that back on. It does supposed to have some stickers across there as well. Left the stickers off. We do have stud shooters on top, and if we lift this cockpit piece up, so you can actually lift the cockpit panel up like so, which is printed, very nice piece, see inside, or you can lift this whole piece up and take this out completely, and we have a little craft in there, so that's really cool. Weapon storage as well, and here are our last 2 minifigs, Star-Lord and Gamora. So really like this Gamora printing, and that is a new minifig as well, so that looks great. And you can see the little clip back in there, the double clips that just goes on either side of this ball, and that holds that in place like so. And then you put that down. Let's have a look from the back. So again, we have a few little fins here we can adjust. We have these ones you can swing in and out, and these top flaps here, more there as well on each side, and you can drop this down and you can actually put your Infinity Gauntlet inside like so. And if you look in there closely, you can see that there's 2 seats in there as well to put some extra minifigs in. Quite a sturdy build, this one. I do really like this, but of course the main thing is being able to connect it to the pod from Thor's Weapons Quest. So as I said, you've got these pins here, so let's get it all ready. So we'll close up the back, and then you just simply, there's a slot in there for this fin to just go straight in, and then you just clip him on like so. You can push those down, and then these pieces here actually clip onto the ship, and that locks it in nice and firm. You can bring them back if you wish, and that just really completes the build and actually makes it a lot more weighty as well. So I really like the addition of the pod to this Milano ship. I think that looks fantastic. And now on to our final and largest set of the wave, set 76108, the Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown has 1,004 pieces, 5 minifigs. Let's start with the minifigs, or let's start with the big fig. We have Coal Obsidian, so let's check him out, and he is one ugly looking dude, isn't he? Some great printing on the chest. He has a couple of weapons there, or a chain, 2 hammers linked together. That looks like a pretty deadly looking weapon, so he's very cool. And here we have Ebony Moore, and I've got to say, I do love the printing. Let's get this in. This is all new minifig. Let's get that in closer. You can see the detail in that printing, very cool. And on the back as well, very nice minifigure. So 2 new minifigs there. Here we have Doctor Strange. This is the same print we got in the last Sanctorum set. Spit it out. We do get more blast effects in this set as well. Let's just have a better look at the Doctor himself and put him to one side. We have the new Iron Man. So this is the same print on the Iron Man from the previous set that we looked at. So that's not focusing very good. There he is. That's a better look at that awesome printing. And we do get Tony under the helmet as well. And let's just take the rope off here and get a good look at the Iron Spider. Now have a look at that. Isn't that a fantastic looking minifig? So again, we get this back piece held on by the neck there for the extra limbs. So very cool looking Spider-Man. Now I've gone through these sets as fast as I could for you guys, so this one's going to be a challenge, but let's bring it in a little bit closer and have a look at this set. Now, stickers. I did use a few stickers on the front here. You can see the pizza sticker, the Bleecker Street, and this sticker on the door. I just think that really did add to the build. And if we just turn it like this to start with and have a look at the Sanctum Sanctorum, I think that looks awesome. Just I love the amount of detail that's gone into this build. There's not a lot to it really when you look at the depth of the build. There's not a lot there, but the detail on the front, I have to tip my hat to LEGO. I think they've done a fantastic job with that. Love this printed window piece. That is awesome. And if we spin it around, so you got lots of different display options here. So you can display it as 2 buildings side by side. So let's have a look at this building here. We have our pizza shop below and our apartments above. Now, it definitely looks more to me like a back of a building, but if you're displaying it like this, it's really supposed to be a front of a building, isn't it? And I really do think it looks kind of plain. So, not a big fan of this side of the building. There is a lot of exposed studs on it, but there is a reason for that. I mean, even this side has a lot of exposed studs, so you can actually have your minifigs climbing all over it. So that's a really good play feature, so you can see that with these exposed studs on this side as well. I'm not a big fan of leaving these Technic beams exposed here like that, so I really think they should have done something to cover those up a little bit. Gone with some solid bricks, maybe tried to adjust some of the play features just to help hide some of this, but there is stacks of play features in this build. But as I said, it has several display pieces, so supposed to be a lot of stickers on the sides and on the interior that you're not going to see, but you do have this little corner piece here, and we take that off, so that's a interesting few pieces on there. So you can display this on the end like I did then, or you can put it in the side here and actually set this up more as a corner build like that, and I actually really do like that. I like how they've gone with putting more detail on the side here, so if you want to display it like that, it doesn't look out of place. It's not just all brick, we have windows in there, and it really does look the part. So I'm more of a fan of displaying it like that, but of course if you want, you can close the whole thing up and display it like that. And when you do that, I think it really does highlight that it really is quite a small build, but it is good to be able to complete it like that if you wish. So let's have a look on the inside. So lots going on. I'm not going to go through all of the details. Some fantastic in-depth reviews on YouTube, so if you want to see more on this build, go check that out. But here you can see some of the fantastic details, and let's quickly run through some of those play features. So of course you can put your Spider-Man up on top here. Let's see how good this works. And we have our water tower up on top, and you have a lever on the back here that you can push, and down goes Spider-Man right to the bottom. So here's this lever here, you can push your minifig off, so that worked pretty good. And then you can wind him up, and he's going to catch on everything on the way, and then let him glide back down like so. Now you've got quite a few exploding windows and walls here. So we've got the pizza sign here, the pizza window with this button down here. If we press on that, it comes busting out, and I do like that sticker. So that's a pretty cool looking sticker. So let's put that back in. What else we got? Let's get that back in. So more exploding features as well. So we have the web on the side here, so you can have Spidey jump on there and pop that window out as well. So let's push that back in. Lots of exploding features here. And on the back here, if we spin this around, there's this lever here, and if we turn that, so let's get around here where you're gonna see, and if I turn that, out that panel pops, and there's our Infinity Stone hiding in there. Alrighty then, now that we've had a look at each of the sets, it's time to give you my thoughts on the entire wave. And I've got to say, one of the things I really did love about this wave was collecting each of the sets to get the Infinity Stones to complete the gauntlet. And I've got to say, I was really keen to be busting into each of the sets just to get the Infinity Stone to put it in the gauntlet. It was a whole heap of fun. With the minifigs, overall I'd say that the minifigs in this wave are great. I wouldn't go so far as to say they were outstanding. I kind of felt like it was more of the same with most of the Avengers, but it's not really LEGO's fault, as there's only so much you can change from previous set releases. The highlights for me were definitely the Team Groot and the Iron Man. I really love the printing on Iron Man, but my favourite is the Iron Spider. I just think that figure really looks fantastic. And for the villains, I think the Outriders look really great. Ebony Maw is a fantastic looking minifigure, great printing, and Thanos, Well, while the big figs have grown on me, I still love my minifigures, but as big figs go, he does seem a little bit plain, but to be able to swap out his hand for the Infinity Gauntlet is very sweet. As for the builds, well, I think they're pretty well executed. They have some really fun play features. However, we do get some repetitive builds with another Hulkbuster and another Milano. Although I do feel the Milano has enough differences and really complements the previous releases. As for my favourites, I do really like the Sanctum Sanctorum. It is a little small. The one half, as I mentioned, is a little bit plain, but the Sanctum Sanctorum side with the printed window looks fantastic. I'm a big fan of the Hulkbuster suit, so I really do love the Hulkbuster. I really recommend that set, especially if you don't have the older Hulkbuster. But my favourite set of the whole wave is definitely the Ravages / Milano ship. I really do love it, especially when you combine it with the pod. It really does fill out that whole build. So overall, I'm really happy to say that the Marvel Wave isn't all about the minifigures. There's some great builds in here too, and I know I'm going to enjoy adding them to my Marvel display. Well, that's it for this overview of the Infinity Wars Lego sets. I would love to hear what you think. You've heard everything I've got to say, so put in the comments your thoughts. What's your favourite set? What's your favourite minifig? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Infinity Wars movie? I think it's pretty obvious. It's 10, isn't it? Well, I think that will do us for today's video. Again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram as well, and check down in the description. I do have an affiliated link with Amazon. If you want to do your Amazon purchasing, please use that link. I'd really appreciate that. But thank you for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.